Hello guys, hi, welcome to TR Miniature Workshop. Okay, this is our first video. Today we are trying to test out some new paints that we received from Studio G and working on our current project, which is Ifrit for this Tessujin Cyber. Okay, let's go. So what you can see here, we have the whole starter set from Studio G that we received just yesterday. Okay, from the left to right you can see white, black, red, Zaku green, blue, yellow, dark iron and gunmetal. So these paints are actually formulated to be used straight out from the bottle without any tinning. Okay, that's what they told us. So today we are going to put to test some of these paints. We are not going to use all of them today, so we're just going to use like white, black, red, Zaku, green, just to show some of the basic properties of these paints. Okay, right now we are using white and black to create gray because we want to use this gray to do some of this ambient light. Okay, opening the bottle, right, there is a stopper inside, so you have to remove the stopper carefully. Try not to spill it. So far we didn't spill any, so it's quite easy to remove the stopper. You can shake before you remove the stopper, or you can shake after. It's up to you how well it start to mix together. Okay, for this airbrush we are using Madworks 0.3 mm airbrush. Okay, we test out some paints on the paper first. Okay, let's move on to the model. Right now we are using this airbrush to just do the zenithal highlight, just a soft highlight from whichever we wanted the light to come from. So for my style is I will always use the 45-degree or top down. So right now what I'm doing is I'm trying to get the highlights from the higher surface. Okay, bear in mind that this model I'm doing a diorama and it's going to be using flamethrower. So for this, right, I will work towards getting the highlight from the flamethrower itself. So certain areas I will expose more to the white. Okay. So there is really no sequence in what I'm doing. I'm just doing as I please to try to put some highlight on the model. Okay, I'm turning the turntable around to look at different angles as to how the light might react to the surface. Okay, for this model, right, we have prime with RJ London spray can. The reason I chose this is because I like the grittiness of the paint, the graininess of the paint. So you can see if I close up the model, right, you can see actually there is a texture on the surface, some sort like those anti what do you call it, anti-slip surface on tanks. So I want to give this mecha a heavy industry kind of look. So I'm working now on the head. So we just proceed to work on the whole model, and I will show you once it's done. Okay, now we are done with the highlight. Okay, during the process I changed the highlight colors to white so that I want to show more of the white areas. So what you see here is the finished product for the highlight. So now we are moving on to red. The reason I choose red is to get the warm ambient light to create some sort of a contrast. So it's the same, I remove the stopper, and then I'm going to mix it with black to make it a darker red, because I don't want it to be so bright to overshadow the whole thing. So same thing with the red. We will test on the paper first lah. Usually we will just do it this way. Why? Because I want to see whether there are residues that stuck in the airbrush. Okay. So once I'm sure it's clean, right, then I'll just proceed to do the shadows. So as you can see, I'm just squeezing and releasing, and I'm not really just blasting the whole thing. Okay, I'm just working on the shadow to create that sort of warm light thing. Again, there's no sequence in where I'm working. I just do whichever I want. So you can see even after the initial spray, you can already see the effect that I wanted. The warm red light and the cool white highlight. Same, we will just work on the whole model, and I will show you the finished product. Okay, as you can see here, now you can see the red ambient light, and it's looking quite nice for me lah. So now we are moving on to the main body color, the Zaku green. Okay, for this color, right, I will just spray over the whole area, which I have already done. So you can see later on how we achieve that look. Color, right, adheres quite nicely. So this is without any thinning. Okay, so we will just spray on top of the model. Right, you can see that the color is moving on nicely, and I'm barely using any any full blast of the paint. I just lightly pull back on the airbrush. So right now you see the white area is actually enhancing the highlight of the color, and the red area actually tones down the color to give it a sort of a warm look. Same thing, I'll proceed to do all the colors. The color green is a bit bright, but don't worry, because after this I will stop using airbrush, and everything else will be on hand painted onwards. So of course, definitely we will do a wash down. Okay, for this model we will do all the weatherings and stuff. So it's okay that the color is bright, because after you wash it down, right, everything will be dark, and you might also need to bring it back up again. So right now we are just using all the Zaku greens on all the full body to make it the base color, and you can see the red actually shows the contrast. so it doesn't look so flat. Okay, now you look at the final piece that we have completed with the Zaku green. Right, I hope you like our video, and stay tuned, and don't forget to subscribe. Thank you. Bye bye.